Congratulations, this is Billy Rabbitt with Hometown Real Estate, and you have fallen in love with your perfect dream home. So what now? I'm going to walk you through some of the things that you should consider before you write an offer on that perfect dream home. All right, so you're ready to make that offer on that perfect dream home, but before you do, what areas should you be looking for and what areas should you be inspecting? We're gonna start with the kitchen and we're gonna start with the appliances first. Let's take a look. So this stove and microwave combo is actually brand new. But one of the things when you're looking at appliances in your maybe dream home is you're going to want to look at the brands. So as you can see, the brands for both of these appliances and the appliances throughout the kitchen, they match. Why is that important? It's important because you might be able to recognize what appliances have maybe been changed or replaced over the years. Let's take a look at the microwave. The microwave, you might want to check out a few things. Some of it is how clean and whether or not the microwave actually operates, okay? You can simply doing that by testing maybe a mug or some water and make sure that the water is actually heating up. The next thing you want to take a look at for the microwave is you want to see how it's circulated or how it's vented. You can easily see that by actually opening up the door or whatever cabinet is above there and see if this is actually vented outside of the house or whether or not it's actually circulated within the house. Most of the units are going to be self-circulated or actually vented inside of the house like this unit is, but it's important to know how that's circulated because if it's circulating or venting up into the actual crawl space or the attic, that could lead to mold, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. So now the stove. This could be one of the larger or one of the more expensive expenses inside of your kitchen. So it's important to make sure that it's functioning correctly, and you want to take a look and see how well they cleaned and maintained it. The other thing, and one of the most common things through a home inspection, is the anti-tip bracket. So as you can see, this does have an anti-tip bracket installed, but most of the stoves that you're going to encounter and that you're going to run into are not. This is a huge safety hazard, whether you have little ones or maybe you accidentally trip over this. This stove can actually tip over, and if you can imagine how hot this stove could get, that's the last thing you want having tip over on top of your toddler. All right, so we have moved over to the sink area and we were taking a look underneath the sink. We're looking for drips or maybe any type of signs that we have had some plumbing issues in this house in the past. As you can see, we don't necessarily see any issues with this particular kitchen, but it's important to look at this. It's important to look at this because this could be a very costly repair, and some of the signs that you might see underneath your sink could lead or could cause other issues that you can't see. So it's very important when you're looking at your kitchen to make sure you're looking for signs that you can see or signs that maybe you might need to call a plumber to take a little bit of a further look. Now we're up here at the top of the sink and we're going to test for the water temperature. You can simply do that by actually just turning on the hot water and the cold water and simply just kind of doing a little touch right here to see if the water is actually turning on, if the hot water heater is working properly or not. The other thing that you're going to want to make sure you take a look at here in the kitchen is any of the grout lines. As you can see, this has a beautiful backsplash. The other thing you're going to look for is anywhere that there should be any type of caulking. Caulk is probably one of the most underrated and one of the forgotten things that people don't typically do on a regular basis, and it's one of the most important things that you should do for maintaining your house. As we finish up the kitchen, a couple last things to consider, one of them being the dishwasher. This is important because you want to make sure that the dishwasher is properly cleaning the dishes and, more importantly, that it's draining properly. You can easily see this by opening up at the end of the cycle and make sure that the water at the bottom of the pan is now gone. The other thing that you want to take a look at is the cabinets. As you can see, the cabinets in this house are brand new, but you're going to want to make sure, go through and make sure the cabinets open and close, and you're going to check that out with the top cabinets and also the bottom cabinets as well. The last thing you're going to want to look at is the refrigerator. Most of the refrigerators that you're going to see in the homes that you're looking at and planning to make an offer on are going to have some type of water or cube system for your ice cubes at the very beginning. Make sure that's going on and off. This one actually has the ice cubes here at the bottom, and you're going to want to make sure that the refrigerator is cooling properly. Let's take a look at the next room. Now we're in the bathroom. one of the more important areas in the house that you're potentially buying. One of the things that we're going to take a look at first is the toilet. And you may think to yourself, the toilet, who cares? But the toilet can actually tell you a lot of different things. The toilet is actually one of the first signs that you can look at to make sure that your septic system is properly working. You can simply test this by actually taking a look and giving it a flush. You're going to want to look and make sure that the toilet is properly flushing and not continuously running and dropping water in there. That could lead to costly water bills. Similar to the kitchen, we're going to take a look at the water or the shower. As you can see, there's a bathtub and some nice ceramic tile in this particular bathroom, but we're going to want to take a look at and make sure that A, the water is running properly, and we're going to take a look and see if the water is heating up just like we did in the kitchen, and make sure that the shower head is not leaking. You can simply do that by turning on the water and look for any leaks coming around the shower head. This could be easily fixed with a little bit of Teflon tape, but again, one of the things that is overlooked in most homes that you could be potentially looking to buy. Also, in the shower and tub area, you're going to want to look for anywhere that there could be possible issues with any caulking. Make sure that this is really well caulked. These are some of the most important repairs and some of the biggest issues that we see inside of the bathroom area, which could also lead to issues either underneath the floor or in the crawl space or basement areas. So make sure that you're caulking on an annual basis. We're going to check underneath the vanity for any leaks or issues or anything that may lead us to want to call a professional contractor to come out and take a little bit of a closer look. Let's go into the next room. We have traveled now to take a look in the bedrooms. Not necessarily any fancy gizmos or gadgets or anything leaking, pipes, appliances, but some things that you should look at and you should consider before you make that offer. One of the things in the bedroom to take a look at is opening the closet doors. This could tell you whether or not you may have possible settlement issues or things that you should take a further look into. Along the same lines of opening and closing the doors, you also want to take a look at the windows. The windows can show you and tell you signs of whether or not you have potential settlement issues. You also want to make sure that the windows are functioning and closing properly, and take a look at the potential age of the windows. Replacing the windows throughout a house could be a costly repair, and you may want to start to budget for that. Now let's talk about flooring and why flooring is so important when you're looking and inspecting the home that you're about to offer on. Flooring is so important because it truly tells the history and the story behind your house. This house has beautiful engineered hardwood floor, but you may see laminate, tile, carpet, or even hardwood floor throughout the house. You can also look for different defects or issues and possibly even some potential bigger issues that you may want to investigate. Some of the things that you may want to look for is any type of scratches or any type of imperfections in the floor. You can also look for stains that could lead to potential odors or things that you may want to address before writing that offer or moving into this dream home. Another important element of your home is going to be the electrical system. And a home inspector is actually going to take a look and ensure that each of these plugs are actually wired correctly and functioning to the standards that they are set to. Along with the electrical receptacles, plugs or outlets as some people call them, you're also going to want to look at and make sure that you know what the light switches are actually turning on and off. This is important because if the house has been remodeled, you may find out that some switches are not wired correctly, or you might not have any idea where they are running power to. Make sure you're taking a look at this and that you are getting these questions answered before writing the offer. Now let's take a quick look at the electric panel. Though you may want to hire a licensed electrician to take a look, it's important to take a look to see if you see any things that may warrant some additional questions. One of them could be maybe there's some power turned off inside of the house. Why? You can ask the seller those questions. You may also want to look for any openings inside of the panel, as this could lead to some serious electrical shock. Please Take a look at this, and if you have any questions, hire a professional. This is an electrical hot water heater. It has electrical elements that actually heats the water. These can go bad at different times throughout the life of the hot water heater. So again, hiring a plumber or a professional to take a look is very important to ensure that you're not taking cold showers. This could be another huge expense if not properly maintained or if it's malfunctioning. Taking a quick look and looking for rust, maybe possible leaking, or any signs that a plumber may need to be called is very important before writing that contract on your dream home. Another important system that is so critical to your new home is the heating and cooling system, or the HVAC system. It is so important that you ensure that it is working, heating and cooling properly, and that it has been properly maintained. One of the things that you can ask the seller for is the heating and cooling, or the HVAC system, maintenance records. This is important to ensure that they have been properly maintaining the system. Something as simple as dust on the registers could lead to huge maintenance issues, and it is so important that they have been maintaining the system properly. Take a look and ensure that the ceiling fans are working properly. You're going to want to turn on and allow the ceiling fans to spin. Look for any type of uneasy wobbling or any issues or signs that, hey, this may need to be investigated or looked into a little bit further. You're going to want to ensure that they turn on. Another good sign to look at to see if the house that you're about to offer on is structurally sound is take a look at the trim. One of the things when you're looking at the trim or the baseboard, you're going to look for any type of separation or any type of large gaps that you can't account for. This is going to be important signs that may potentially be some settlement issues that you may want to call or contact a potential contractor to take a look at. Thanks for spending some time today with us at our hot new listing here in Southern Maryland. We hope that you have walked away with a little bit of information that has helped you prepare before you write that offer on your next dream home. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel, The Rabbitt Team, to stay up to date and educated with all things real estate and all things real estate here in Southern Maryland. Visit our website at exploremdhomes.com. That's exploremdhomes.com for all the latest and greatest and all your information to help you buy or sell in this crazy, hot, fiery real estate market in Southern Maryland. Until next time, thanks.